Okay, will you listen to the people in your district or state when determining how to vote? For example, all the polls indicate that the people are overwhelmingly against the health care bill, cap-and-trade, bailouts, or targeting.
Actually, I'm going to vote my conscience. That's my idea. The people are electing me because they want my judgment. That's the whole idea behind a representative democracy, is that we vote for representatives and then trust them to do the right thing. So I'm not going to base my decisions on a poll. I'm not going to take any polls. I'm going to do what I think is right. When I'm in the Senate. Now, as it just so happens, what I think is right along the lines of your question. But I'm not going to vote. I'm not going to do that because that's what a poll says. I'm going to do that because that's what I think is right. And that's what our representatives are supposed to do. The reason this country is in so much trouble is because everybody is worrying about the polls. Nobody is afraid to do something that's unpopular, even if what's unpopular is exactly what we need. And so I'm not going to be afraid to take a stand that might create some type of issue for my opponent in a campaign, who might be able to twist my words around and try to be able to paint what I'm doing in some kind of sinister light. I'm going to do what I know needs to be done.
Regarding being bought by money or promises of bringing projects to your state, in the spirit of small government, are there appropriate reasons to bring federal dollars in a state, and what might they be?
Well, I want to keep state dollars out of Washington. So I don't like the whole idea of sending our money to Washington and then begging for pieces of it back. Connecticut is probably, one of the states that fares the worst in this game. I think for every dollar that we send to Washington, maybe 60 cents, 65 cents comes back. So rather than going to Washington trying to get back a little bit of our money, I want to go to Washington to prevent the money from being taken from us in the first place. And because remember, the federal government doesn't have any money. Where does the federal government get its money? It has to take it from us first. Now, the only difference is that, well, if they don't take it from us, they can print it. But that doesn't mean it doesn't cost us anything. When they print money, all that means is the money that we have loses value. And so they're stealing our purchasing power. So there are no federal dollars. And, I've used the analogy that federal aid is the equivalent of giving yourself a blood transfusion from your left arm to your right arm, and then you still have the blood on the floor. There's no sense in doing it.